Hey brother, what's going on? JK, head coach and founder of PornReboot here. Today we're going to be talking about the big problem with semen retention. Now if you're watching this video, you probably clicked on the thumbnail that brought you here. You probably noticed it. Now there's a story behind that thumbnail, and that is a few weeks ago, I put that thumbnail together and I shared it in a few different groups that deal with semen retention and stop fapping and porn addiction. And it was very interesting, the responses I got, because I shared it as a joke. And I shared it as a joke. You'll see these thumbnails and these pictures. I actually have one somewhere on my YouTube page of an exaggerated before and after picture. Now the picture that I have somewhere else on my YouTube with my shirt off is actually an accurate representation of how much I changed. The picture, this picture right here, is more of an exaggeration, right? So, you know, my eyes are a different color, I'm in different lighting, I obviously have less body fat. But here's the interesting thing. I got two types of responses. I got guys who would not read the post, because in the post, I clearly stated that this was a joke. I also shared this in the private PornReboot group. When I shared it in that group, everybody in the group got it because we are realistic about the results we can get. So everybody laughed at it, they got it. But in every other group, guys were like, oh my God, how did you accomplish this? How did you change the color of your eyes? How did you make your skin lighter? And I would tell them to go back to the post. They would read the post and they would come back and they would say, yeah, I read the post. So how did you achieve this? And my mind was blown, right? Then there was a second group of answers that I got, and the answers were from guys who were just like, oh my God, you're so full of shit. You know, semen retention and quitting pornography can't give you those results. And I was like, go and read the post. It's a joke. I know you're responding to the picture. And you're like, I read it, and you're still full of shit. Semen retention and quitting masturbation and using pornography can't give you those results. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. I should have known this as somebody who puts out videos on YouTube. People see the things they want to see. And this brings me to the point of this video. Semen retention. Human beings want to take the easy way naturally. We always do. If we are given a path, most times if your mind is not conditioned in a certain way, you will take the easier route. You see a picture and it implies that if you follow this quick method, you are going to get a quick result, and you want that quick result. Now, I haven't taken too much time to talk about the semen retention thing, but I'm bringing it up now because I'm starting to receive a lot of emails. We're starting to get guys in our group who are asking me what I think about semen retention. And here's my opinion on it. First of all, I believe that biologically and spiritually speaking, semen retention has its benefits. Now, biologically speaking, when I was doing door-to-door sales about 10 years ago, I noticed that when I didn't masturbate, when I didn't orgasm and release my semen, people reacted to me differently at the door. My magnetism, my charisma was a little bit different when I was selling, and you could argue that I sold more. When it came to dating, I was a little bit more aggressive, I was a little bit more masculine, and you could say that with those qualities came more ambition and more drive. And for the most part, when you listen to semen retention influencers talk about this, those are the different things that they're going to speak about. And that's the problem. It's too easy. See, it gives the impression that if you simply retained your semen, your life would be so much better than it is right now. I went for 16 months without pornography or masturbation. My life improved a little bit, but I wouldn't say it improved because I was staying off pornography and masturbation. Definitely not. I was able to do the things that I wanted to do. I was able to work harder. I was able to go on more dates. I was able to build my business. but it was because I wasn't being constantly interrupted by my sex drive. Semen retention 10 years ago wasn't the thing that helped me to make a six-figure income. Semen retention wasn't the thing that helped me improve my skill set. It wasn't semen retention that made me more attractive to women and hook up with more women when I was at that stage of my life. It wasn't semen retention that attracted my partner to me when I first got into a relationship. It wasn't semen retention that helped me build my businesses. It was hard work that helped me do that. And quitting pornography and the process of doing that made it so much easier. Developing different coping skills and not being reliant on that. Those were the things that helped me. And quitting pornography and compulsive masturbation, developing coping skills, going through that process and discovering who I was, helped me drop the limiting beliefs, helped me to be able to work longer and harder without stress, even though I was slipping sometimes, right? It wasn't semen retention. The audience of men who consume material about semen retention in general are men who want to improve their lives. They are men who want to have control over their sexual behavior. They are men who want financial freedom and financial independence. They are men who want to be in relationships or who wants to be in sexual relationships or just wants to be more attractive to women. They are men who want power for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. I can't speak for them. But for the most part, they want the things that most men want. They want energy to pursue their goals. They want ambition. They want to go out there and be able to get the things that they need aggressively. These are the things they want. But here's something interesting. A lot of these men and a lot of semen retention influencers use certain men as an example of here's what semen retention can help you accomplish. But the interesting thing is you will not find successful men, men who have a lot of sex, men who have women attracted to them, men who are wealthy, men who are powerful, men who are ambitious and who are masculine and killing it, men who have all those traits. You won't hear them talking about semen retention. You won't hear them preaching semen retention. The only thing you will see is certain individuals cherry picking certain times in these individuals' lives where they mention that, oh, I didn't masturbate before a fight because it helped me gain energy, or a story that's been passed down multiple times of how somebody didn't masturbate. How do you know? And why is it that the only role models for semen retention, the way it's spoken about currently, are people who are at the pinnacle of their career or who were individuals who changed the world and individuals who played on a stage where most of the world is not going to play? Right? Why is it that we are picking those examples? Well, those examples are picked because it feeds your aspiration to be like them, but it leaves out all the hard work, the failure, the luck, the skill, the pain that it took to get there. And we pick one thing from their lives and kind of use that as an example and imply that that is the key that's going to help us accomplish things in our lives. It isn't. The original purpose of semen retention was a spiritual purpose. It was to gain deeper spiritual insight. And deeper spiritual insight didn't necessarily involve power, authority, lust, attraction to women, wealth, or material things. It actually involved more of a dissolution of our ego. So how is it that people are picking semen retention and cutting out the entire spiritual aspect, or rather bastardizing the spiritual aspect of it and applying it to the things that we are thought to strive for in modern society? It doesn't sit well with me. Let's just put it like that, okay? I don't preach semen retention. I'm a practical individual. I'm not some enlightened guru. I'm a spiritual person, I meditate, and I have a very long way to go on my spiritual journey. It's a day-by-day journey for most of us. I don't think that there is a magic key to anything. What we do here in PornReboot is we help men regain control of their out-of-control sexual behavior. We don't have the answer. The truth is, you have the answer. We just have the path. You are the best expert at yourself. And what I honestly think at the end of the day about this whole semen retention thing is that I just think it's another hustle. You know, back in the day, there was this thing called the temperance movement. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You can look it up. And the temperance movement was a period in time where during Prohibition, when alcohol wasn't allowed, where there would be these motivational speakers who would go around the circuit, they would travel around the country, and they would talk about the positive benefits of not drinking or reducing your drinking. This is something that has been around for a very long time, and there were many people. P.T. Barnum, if you've watched the movie The Greatest Showman, he was a temperance speaker. It was a great hustle. You could travel around, people would pay to hear you talk about the evils and the ills of alcohol, and that's something that's going on now. There are people who are out there doing the same thing. There are people who are out there doing the same thing with pornography and masturbation. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, there isn't. But if you feel that semen retention is helping you, I mean, go for it. But please don't get caught up in the belief that semen retention is the key to solving every problem in your life. It takes work. I just wanted to get this semen retention thing out of the way. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you have any questions about this or concerns, you can go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I will read and respond to all your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll speak to you later on in the week.